you doing there?
An almond.
Yeah, did you already eat your almond? I think you did. It's not in there anymore, is it?
Blackberry.
Yeah. You can talk about comedy jobs?
You want to step up?
Again? Do you need to fly some more?
I'm your talker.
Yeah, you are a big talker. You are a very big talker. Did you kind of wake up talking today? You want to do a fly? Okay. She's been enjoying flying today. You want to fly? You gotta think about breakfast, don't you, Gracie? What do you want for breakfast? Huh? Come here. Come here. Well, if you fly from here, where would you go? Huh? You have a plan? Oh, that's a good plan. Lady, kitty, kitty. Yeah, kitty stuff.
Water.
You were just so smart, Beats. How'd you know I was gonna give kitties water? Do.
Chip. Chip.
Chips are good.
Bibi Bird.
Bibi Bird is good. Yeah, some good water.
Water.
Yeah, good water sound effect.
Chip.
Chip. Can you do a turkey? Can I hear a turkey? That is the weirdest turkey ever. What's a turkey say? That sounds like an owl. Woo.
Hi, no peeps. A cherry.
You seem kind of energetic today, Beebs. Did you wake up? Yeah, did you wake up spunky? Spunky bird?
Water.
It is water. That is really loud too.
Hi, no peeps. You want step? Hi, peeps.
Hello.
You want an apple?
Hey, Beebs.
You wanna step up?
Laura is watching you, Beebs. Hi, Laura.
Let's go see.
You want to go see? I don't think you can see her. She can see you, though, Beebs. What do you think
You want
about
to step
that?
up? You want to step up?
Beeb's been a little clingy again this morning. Haven't you? Yeah. All right. You stepped yourself up, didn't you? Nothing wrong with that. Good bird. I am walking the bird. I'm going to fly the bird now. Is that okay? You fly? Would you like to fly? Good job, Beebs. Boop, boop. Put all your energy into talking once you get it out of your wings. Yeah. Woo. Good landing,
You want
Beebs.
grapes?
Do I want grapes? Your grammar needs a little work, Beebs. It's very nice of you to offer.
Banana. Banana.
Did you get it on there? Did you find the
You want a
almond?
ham?
Hey, Grace. Oh,
You want a berry?
you got an almond right here. Almond. Whoop, whoop. You gonna get it?
You want a cracker?
Crackers, huh? I don't know if that's good breakfast food for birdies. How about some
Want your
veggies?
grape?
You want some cooked carrots?
Chip. Want some water?
And I'm gonna have to wash your broccoli. That requires water.
Beeps. Chop it, broccoli.
Chop it,
Chop,
broccoli.
chop, 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 chop,
She chop.
chop.
Ugh. She chop. Ugh. Remember?
What are you doing, Beeps?
She chop a broccoli. You sing it, Beans?
Chip.
You should.
Commentary.
Yeah, it was comedy. There's some good comedy burping.
Comedy theming. Some water?
Bibi is into the comedy today.
Chop the broccoli.
She chop.
Chop.
Ugh.
Oh.
She chop a broccoli. Alright, you gonna chop that pea pod, Gracie?
My Beeps.
Grape, carrot, pea pod. Isn't that a gigantic pea pod?
Let's go some breakfast.
Yeah, it's some breakfast, alright.
You want a grape? Do you have an almond?
Grape in your breakfast. You want some broccoli?
My Beeps.
Ooh.
So what's this?
This is gonna be broccoli.
Chip.
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Want some broccoli, Gracie?
You want grapes? Oh. Chip. Hello?
Hello.
You want a berry? Some water? Grape? Comedy train. And throw my little birds.
Bibi Bird.
Comic Joe Swing.
I swear she just said Joe Biden bird.
Chops.
My gosh, Bibi, where'd you get that? You're just amazing. I don't think she said Joe Biden in like 11 years. Has it been that long? No, not that long. Yeah, it has to have been that long, Beebs.
So what's this?
My gosh. Back when Barack was
You want
running.
grape? Oh.
Oh,
Some water?
this is 12 years ago. Wow, Beebs, you're just
You want a grape?
amazing.
Some water?
Little bird, what are you doing now? Hmm? Did I get kind of inactive and so you got inactive? You don't have to do that, Beebs. You can keep up with the comedy. We're trying to find a lid that fits this little container here, Beebs. There we go.
Okay.
You shaking broccoli. You shake. Because I'm done chopping it. Almond summer.
I'm talking there.
You are talking now. You're funny.
I know, Beebs.
You being funny. You doing your comedy job.
I'm talking man.
You are talking. So sweet.
That was perfect.
Hey Laura, I'm sorry there's not more people on here to chat with. And I'm busy fixing Bibi's breakfast. What should we have for breakfast, Bibi? Huh? What do you want?
Oh, grapes.
Grapes? Yeah, that's a good one.
Good morning.
Good morning. You getting tired of cooked carrots? I might lay off the cooked carrots today so you don't get sick of them.
Beebs.
Hello.
I won the berry.
You do?
I won the oven.
Well, once
More
today,
berry.
huh? Is that all you want for breakfast? Is this snacks? I think you need to eat some veggies. And some grapes.
Beebs.
Do you want apple? I said it just like you say it, Beebs. Apple?
Hello.
Hello.
Won the oven.
I don't know anymore whether you're imitating me or I'm imitating you.
Won the oven.
Is it good?
I won the oven.
Well, since it's Sunday, Einstein's gonna be on too.
Won the oven.
Here. What is that? Yeah, I put a little almond butter on there since you keep asking for almonds. Is it good? Not quite the same as an almond, is it? I swear earlier she said Joe Biden bird. The birds. Man, it was weird, dudes. I might have just been hearing things. You're so smart. Is that good stuff? You keep me some good stuff through Gracie. Isn't that good? Isn't that good almond butter? Are you enjoying that? Is it good? You got all over your beak. Gracie looking cute. Tracy's gonna help me eat that lime yogurt later, aren't you? Yeah, is it good stuff? Yeah, you liked it. Bibi didn't like it so much. Oh, did you throw it down? Are you throwing down, Beebs?
You want to step up? Ah. You want a bird? You
Hello.
want a bird?
You hear me typing?
Want not bird?
Oh, that's good stuff. Did you eat the rest of your breakfast? You did a pretty good job on breakfast. I saw you eat an apple and a grape. We threw all the pea pods down. Yeah. You know what? You dropped one of your almonds. That's not fair, is it?
You want to step up?
When the almond falls down? Yeah. That's not fair. That doesn't count as eating an almond. Yeah. You get that one back. The do-over, Beebs. That's right. Yeah, you got cheated out of that one, didn't you? Hey, Grace. Did you eat your... Oh my gosh, you ate your broccoli so good. You did so good on your broccoli. Gracie. Good girl. You did really good. You're so smart. You want to do the phone?
Oh.
Alright, good job. Here we go. Boop. Oh, you okay? Oh, don't do that. You gotta go in the other room, do your singing. Okay. Love you, Gracie.
Here.
Alright, I'm gonna take you in there, okay? Let's see, what should you take with you? Hmm? You gotta take some stuff with you, don't you? You want some kibbles? Yeah. Kibbles would be good. Huh? Ready? Alright, Grace is taking a taxi. Boop, boop.
One
We're gonna
bear.
start calling this thing a taxi. What you need, Beebs? What did you
almond.
You want almond? Alright, let me think how many almonds you had.
One bear.
Did you have 2 almonds already? You're gonna almond out,
No.
Beebs. Okay, one more. It'll make it kind of tricky for you to get to, though. Okay. It's in there. I know I usually put the almonds in there, don't I? That's a little too easy. Get your bird's nest. This was a gift from my nephew to Bibi for Christmas, for birthday. For Christmas/birthday. Yep. I can't remember which. Alright, look at all the stuff in there. These pea pods keep jumping out, don't they? Ooh. Oh, those darn pea pods. Like a broccoli.
You want Birdie?
Hey, Beebs.
What dog?
Oh, a whole bunch of people jumped on chat. I was busy in other windows doing other tabs, doing other stuff.
You want Birdie?
Thank you
Want Birdie?
thank you all for joining us. How you doing, Beebs? She's been really foraging a lot today, haven't you, Beebs? You did a really good job on your veggies. Look at you. The big old pea pod keeps jumping out. Good job, Beebs. You're smart. We've had, I'm going to put this out here, we've had some trouble getting buckets of Nutriberries lately. I think we're going to switch to bags. When we've ordered from Petco online, they come with a pantry moth larva on the outside of the container. It's never been inside, but I think the last 3 or 4 shipments I had to call and tell them that they had live pantry moths. They look like little worms that are embedded in like a silk that are around like there's a lip around the outside of the bucket. Hey, Beebs. No, I mean bucket I'm talking about. These are like a 3-pound bucket. Bibi eats so many berries that we just get a bucket. And these are like the more of a parrot food than the parrot treats. I think they have a little higher nutritional content than the ones that are in the bags. Hi, how you doing? Because they contain more pellets, I think, and the others have more dried fruits and veggies, depending on which kind you get. But so I had to give up on Petco online. And then I started ordering from someone else on Amazon who's always really good. And the last shipment we got, all the berries were like broken. So it was almost like somebody had put the bucket in a paint shaker or something, because it was just like nothing but crumbs. And we were trying to figure out something to do with the crumbs. I'm gonna eventually bake some Birdie bread, like some cornbread mix, and just put a whole bunch of the berry crumbs in there. See if she likes that. It won't be edible for people. Because some of the Birdie bread I made in the past was like cornbread, and we added like pineapple and corn, and so it wasn't like real great for humans, but it was, you could still eat it. I liked it. But what else? We put cherries, I think, on top. We made it for her birthday one year, and I think I liked it better than Bibi did. She just kind of nibbled at it a little bit. But this time I'm going to add a bunch of berry crumbs to it. But anyway, it's been really hard to find like a good source for the Nutriberries. And here in St. Louis, pea pod. I stepped on a crunchy pea pod. There's a Petco store that's pretty close, and so we were picking up Nutriberries there, and they said they were going to stop carrying them. Theirs were good, right, Beebs? They're not broken. They're not all stuck together. There's no little bugs on the outside. Hi. Hi. So, if anybody's got a good source for the LaFavor Nutriberry buckets, we'd really like to know what it is. The bags are just a little more expensive, and like I said, I don't think the nutritional value is quite the same on those, because they label them as bird treats, where the other, they label it as bird food. Hi there, look at you! You love your berries. Bibi likes all kinds of berries except for the ones that come in the blue bag, which she loves popcorn, but for some reason she doesn't like popcorn Nutriberries. They just didn't get it right, huh, Beebs? And Gracie doesn't like Nutriberries at all anymore. I don't know why. If I put one in her bowl, she'll angrily fling it across the room, right? We call that Chuck Berry. Gracie chucked berry. Yeah. Birdie? You gonna fly? Let's do some flying. Ready? Good job, Bibi Bird. Did you lose some downies? Did your downies go flying? Alright, come here. Let's do it again. Let's get some of your energy out, okay? Ready? Oh, okay. That counts. You got forage. I gave you stuff. You gotta find them. In your orange cup? You look in your orange cup. Oh, Mary, I know what you talked about on the mobile app for YouTube on the phone. Sometimes it is really hard to find the live chat. You just get like, you see the comments and it says like 0 comments because everybody's chatting in the live chat. But if you can't find it, it makes it kind of tough. Yeah, I think the button is up near, like right under or link or whatever for the live chat to turn it on is right under the little rectangle where the video shows. I'm glad you were able to find it. It's so nice seeing y'all here. I was a little worried at first, like Laura was the only one here and she like had no one to chat with because I was too busy getting breakfast made. If you're still here, Laura, thanks for sticking around. She probably got bored and left because Bibi wasn't talking all that much. Yeah, I scrolled up and I see Laura says and it was just me here for 25 minutes. That's a long time to just be talking to yourself. At least when I'm talking to myself, I got Bibi in the room. So I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Oh, I enjoy streaming, so it's good for me too. Einstein's going to be on at 2 p.m. So be sure to all you gosh, what does the flock over there call themselves? The Birdie Brigade. All the Birdie Brigade knows to watch Einstein at 2 p.m. Central. Also live on Ustream. So be sure to head over there and visit with Marcia and Einstein. And maybe Jeff. Sometimes Jeff pops in. Sometimes he's the cameraman even. But yesterday, my brother and I, we moved my mom's furniture out of her. She had an assisted living apartment at the end because I just wasn't able to take care of her by myself because she was having some dementia and she'd get up in the middle of the night and decide to like go downstairs or cook some eggs on the stovetop, and I'd wake up to the smell of something burning, and that was just really, really scary. Or I'd hear her taking a shower or something at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just got to the point where I couldn't sleep at all because I was just paranoid that she was gonna get up and do something. And yeah, it felt like any time that she'd go to sleep, I'd think like, okay, now I can sleep while she's sleeping. But she would sleep just so sporadically, like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and then she could possibly stay asleep for 3 hours at a time or something. But I never could predict when it was going to be. It could be in the middle of the afternoon or middle of the night. But yeah, it just got too much for me to do alone. So it's we moved her to. She wanted to have an assisted living apartment anyway and get rid of the house. But the house has been a blessing for Greg and I to be able to stay in while the damage to our house is being repaired, and it's still kind of messed up. We had some vandals and some burglars, and yeah, some repairmen that didn't really do what they said they were going to do, so it's just been a mess. Otherwise, we'd probably already be back in West Frankfort where we were before. But it's been hard, and it's hard to do our work too from here because all our our clients were down in the West Frankfort area, so I've had to work remotely.
You want to step?
Hi, Beebs.
You want to step up?
It's just been one thing after another. Yes, it has, Beebs. Did you get that?
You want to step?
I do. Do you need to fly? You got the Jimmy wings. Look at your Jimmy wings. Yeah. You ready to fly? Are you ready? Good flying. I thought you might do that. That's a good girl. That was a long flight. Yeah. Good job. Oh, and someone was asking about what if my mom was getting cremated or not, and I don't find that too personal of a question. Some people might, but yeah, that was her final wishes. She wanted to be an organ donor, and she wanted to be cremated, and she wants to have her ashes spread in a place that she has fond memories of. I'm not gonna say where it is, but yeah, it was a place when I was a kid where she really enjoyed going. Yeah, she really enjoyed taking us. We'd go for long walks. I think as an adult, I really like hiking, and I think that's why my mom would take my older brother and I out walking quite a bit. So, in a lot of places, it's not legal to scatter ashes. You need to ask for permission. So we're gonna ask for forgiveness instead, as they say. So I'll just leave it at that. There you go. You fly? You're so sweet. Hello. And my sister-in-law wrote up the obituary, and I can post that on Bibi's channel if anybody's interested in seeing it. It's nice. I got to pick out the picture of my mom, and of course my brother and I we did some edits on the obituary. But I'm really glad my sister-in-law wrote it up because there was just too much other stuff to do, and it really helped that she did that, and she took the initiative. That's right. Because we just had all kinds of other paperwork to do, and grieving, you just don't feel like doing the homework, So she did the homework for us. And initially, she had put Bibi in as a grandchild, yeah. But I put the kibosh on that because that's Bibi's a non-person. As much as we love her, she's not. Yeah, you're not a grandchild. I'm sorry. You're a pet. Yeah. I know you're a little person in a bird suit, but it's just not the same. I thought it would take away from my nephew's will, that he is a grandson. He is a grandchild. So. Yep. 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 You're not my kid. You're my pet. Yeah. I know a lot of, I like to treat my pets as if they are kids, but they're not. It's not the same thing at all. The love is the same, but when I go out, I can't lock a kid in a cage, but I can Bibi. It's just not the same. Yep. Well, you're a pet. You're a good bird. You're a good pet. Very good. Oh, you gonna poo? No, you're going upside down. Bibi wants me to shut up. There you go. Good job. Good job, Bibi Bird. You can fly if you want to. You gonna do some more talking? You haven't done much talking since other people got on. You gonna do any comedy? Hmm? Oh, one of the other things that's, I saw some people say that it's hard to be a caregiver, and I think one of the most difficult things, like, not, you know, feeling like I could sleep because she was going to be a danger to herself, and others at times, was, that the mood swings. When people have dementia, a lot of times, there's a lot of mood swings. It's a little bit different than Alzheimer's. I think I've seen with my friends' parents that have had Alzheimer's that they tend to, this might not be exactly true, but from what I've seen, that they seem to like either have like a happy Alzheimer's for most of it. It might change like as it progresses, or like a hostile one. Like there was the sweetest lady I went to church with as a kid, and when she got Alzheimer's, she got kind of mean. She was grumpy all the time. She would cuss up a storm, which was shocking because it was like, oh my gosh, not her, because she would never do that when she was in her right mind. And then there was another friend of mine that her mom was a little more severe when she was younger and not affected by Alzheimer's, and then when she got Alzheimer's, she got like super happy and was I don't know, she just seemed to enjoy everything that she did, you know, and it was surprising because before she wasn't like that at all. She'd be the one to find something wrong in every situation, so you just never know. And with my mom, she didn't have Alzheimer's, but she had some strokes, and she got dementia from that, and her moods would just be up and down. And with me, I think, because I'm a close family member, that she didn't really hold back. When she was really upset, she didn't hesitate to show it, and she wouldn't do that with other people. So once she moved into assisted living, then she wasn't as hostile, you know, when she was having a bad mood. So, and she was just happy when she was having a good mood. So it felt like it was better for her and her health, because it's not healthy to be angry. And I know a lot of times she'd get angry with me. I'd say, you know, use your walker. You know, I try to say it pleasantly. You know, I need you to use your walker so you don't fall. And she'd get really mad. I'm tired of you saying that, and I'm not going to fall. And she'd throw her walker across the room and be angry. I knew it wasn't her. That's just her illness that was talking. But she wouldn't do that with other people. So that was another reason why I don't feel, you know, too guilty about putting her in a home where she could get some care that I couldn't, you know, I tried to provide, but she a lot of times would rebel against it. So I hope I'm not boring you and stuff. This is not Bibi related, but I don't know, it's what I'm going through. And so I thought you guys might be interested. Ooh, throwing money away in diamonds. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think of like stuff like that happening. My mother did throw her dentures away. So she didn't have those at the end. That was frustrating because the garbage was already gone. They're just like, there's no way to find them. We're not going to search the landfill for the dentures. Hi there. Yeah, walk the birdie. Walk the birdie. Walk the birdie. You want to fly again? He's been very energetic, haven't you? Yeah, I posted on Facebook that I think she said Joe Biden birds earlier, like right as soon as I turned the camera on. You were a little chatty at the beginning, weren't you? So anybody that joined us late, you might want to go back and watch when this posts on YouTube. Go back and watch the first few minutes when it was just Laura in the live chat. Thank you, Laura. Whoa. Bibi got a little chatty, didn't you? Just a little bit. Yeah, what were you talking about? Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1892, the inclined elevator was patented. Better known as the escalator, its innovative design continues to lift people up and gently let them down. Also, if your escalator stops working, poof, instant stairs.
You fly? Do. Gracie's doing Adam's Family, Deeps. Dump the bird. Be gentle. Yeah, you be gentle, okay? You go down here. Little bird, go down here. You are just a flying fool right now, aren't you? Huh? It's okay. You ready? Alright, here we go. You maybe get your camera all mounted way up high so you get a little bird's eye view of you when you're flying. Yeah, you ready? Good job, Eves. So smart. When you gonna do some more talking? That's a long flight. I'm glad y'all are sharing your experiences with it. Makes me feel less alone and less guilty with how I handled everything once she got dementia. It's amazing how many older folks get it, and then yet at the same time, like there's some neighbors around here that I called yesterday, to tell them about Mom's passing, and they're older than she is, and they're still really with it, and I was at the same time offering, to go out, and shop for them and do things so that they can, avoid being in public places. And one of them was really, she's like, oh, I'm not afraid of catching that stupid virus thing. and I'm a little worried about her. Because like I said, she's even older than my mother was. And the other neighbor was like, yeah, I'm going to stay home from church tomorrow. And he's a big church guy. He was a deacon at our church. And he did the prayer at my dad's memorial. So I know it breaks his heart to have to skip church services, but I'm so glad he did, because it's just I don't want to lose him, because he's just a wonderful man. But he's taken the smart approach, I think, of just being safe. And I know both the neighbors have like family members in the area that can help, look after him. But I'm just right across the street from them, so I wanted to make sure that they had my phone number. I think that's really good for all of us to do, is reach out to your elderly neighbors to make sure that that they're not too scared of what's going on with the virus, and that they're not going to run out of supplies that they need, and that you're willing to go out and shop for them for anything, like if they need some adult diapers, you can set them up with a online recurring thing that they might not be able to do themselves because they don't have internet, or they don't know how to do that, or that you can go out and shop for them. Don't be embarrassed, if you need Polydent, or you need your food, that we'll go out and do that for you. It's fine. So I think it's good to be there for your neighbors and your family members. And to also share any extras that you might have. Like, my parents were real big on kind of hoarding light bulbs and toilet paper. So, like, for years, not just recently or anything. It's just kind of an ongoing thing. So, I had plenty of both of those. Oh, they also hoarded food, but that doesn't really, like frozen food, but that doesn't stay good for, more than a year or so. Not even that, a few months. But the other stuff, like paper supplies and cleaning supplies and light bulbs, that stuff just stays good forever. So I was kind of thankful to be able to share that with them too if they needed it. Even here, it's like we're not in St. Louis, but we're outside of the St. Louis area. And I went to the store yesterday to get some pea pods for Bibi, right? Pea pods. And the toilet paper aisle was just like a joke, It's weird how, I don't know if they're just not making enough. The companies aren't resupplying, because why that of all things? And yet the bread aisle was full, Very strange, Beeps? Yeah? Good bird. We've got a preening bird. How you doing, Gracie? Hi Beverly, I saw your comment about getting moments of lucidity, and that to me was one of the biggest gifts. I think every now and then you feel like this. I'm not religious, so I would just always say karma. You know, I don't say like, you know, the good Lord above gave me a gift. But it does feel like there's something like a cosmic connection or something. Not sound too new agey, but it does feel like there's some higher power or whatever that makes things happen. And for me, I probably have like 3 really big ones of those, and one is my mom died on Thursday afternoon, but on Wednesday, when I went to see her, in the morning, right after we broadcasted. I think we did a pretty short broadcast on Wednesday, and I got there like 10 or 10:30 at the hospital, and they were really moving her around a lot. They were like real hopeful that she had a lot of energy that day. She was awake and she was talking to people, and they had her doing physical therapy. They had her doing occupational therapy. Another lady came in to give her dietary advice. You know, even though they're providing all the food to her, they're still telling her, you know, the smart choices to make to avoid salt, make sure you get plenty of exercise, and the warning signs for like if your heart's having problems, like your feet will swell, you'll start to gain weight like really quick, like 3 pounds like overnight. So it's important for her to weigh herself every day. You know, all that kind of advice that when you're in the hospital you don't really need because they're doing all that for you. So it felt really hopeful, you know, that all the therapists were there giving her advice for the future. And she was really with it. She was all like, oh yeah, I've been avoiding salt for years. I really miss my salted movie popcorn and my potato chips. So those were, my mom was never really big into the sweets. She was always like into salty foods, and I think that, you know, led to a little bit of like you know, some hypertension and things that affected her heart, and the strokes and blood clots in the legs and things like that she's been experiencing in her later years. But a lot of that's genetic too, because her father had heart problems and her mother had strokes, so she kind of got the blend of the two, which is not great. And anyway, Wednesday she was really, really with it. She was able to carry on conversations with everybody, and she seemed to know what was going on. She was looking forward to getting out of the hospital eventually, and the doctor came in and was just like, well, the infection's getting worse instead of better. The white blood cell count was up, which is not good. It means that your infection's getting worse. And they did another chest x-ray, and the area that was lighting up as being the infected area was getting bigger. And so that was all like negative, but to look at her, she seemed like she was so much better. And it just seemed like, yeah, like she rallied, you know, right at the end, that on the outside, you know, but inside her body was having problems. And so it felt like a little gift at the end there, where she was really with it. You know, she wasn't a dementia patient anymore. She was her old self. And so we did a bunch of, while I was there, we did a bunch of phone calls. You know, she called her sister who lives far away, and we called her grandson, and we called my brother, and she was able to just talk to family members. There's a sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, so I don't know what that would, daughter-in-law, I guess, to my, no, not daughter-in-law, it's like a sister of the daughter-in-law for my mom. I don't know, I'm sure there's a name for it, but she lives out in California, and so we called her, and it was just really nice to have that last day where she was able to talk to a bunch of people, and you know, she was telling them, I'm probably going to be getting out soon because I feel better. And at the same time, I knew from what the doctor said that she wasn't getting better. And so I was able to ask her again, you know, about her wishes, you know, if it got worse. So I said, you know, if it does get worse, you know, do you want this to happen or that to happen? And she's like, oh no, I don't want, you know, I don't want to go on a ventilator. I don't want to do this or that. So I was like, you know, are you sure? Because it could get worse, you know. And she was really adamant that she didn't want any of the really invasive things to happen, things that would break bones or cause, you know, damage while they're trying to save her life. And so that made decisions easier at the end. And then it wound up, when she's going downhill, that none of that would have helped anyway. So it would have all been just, you know, just something to try, but it wouldn't have been, nobody thought that like a ventilator or anything would have done any good whatsoever, because her body had just given out. She was 85, so. Thank you for letting me babble on about this. I know a lot of you have been through the death of a parent. It's not a unique experience at all. So, but everybody's is a little bit different, and I wanted to share mine with you. And I'm fine. I'm grieving, but I'm fine. And Bibi's preening. And Grace is singing. All is right in the world, except we just got one less person now. Yep. What you doing in there, Gracie?
Want a bear?
She wanted Birdie, huh?
Do you want to step?
How you doing?
Do you want to step?
Do I want to step up?
Go walk to her.
Are you gonna fly? You fly to me? Get Jimmy wings, Beebs.
Do you want to step up?
Oh, she dropped her payload. You preparing for flight? Yeah, I thought so. Hi. You flew right to me. That's so sweet. You're just so sweet. Yes, you are. Just so sweet. Hi. Do you want to do some tricks? Mm-hmm. You get the hiccups? You're out of practice with your hiccups. You know that? So what's your name?
Walk to her.
That's not your name. I know you want to walk the birdie. You do some tricks? What's your name? Hi, baby. You said that so quiet. Want to go upside down? Do you want to go upside down? Boop. Boop. Can you do a duck?
Walk to her.
What's a duck say? Can you do a duck? I'm going to keep asking you questions. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. So I think we'll probably still keep taking Bibi to the assisted living / nursing home place, because it was like a combined facility. As you needed a higher level of care, they were able to provide it, which was kind of neat. Because my mom went from assisted living where you take care of everything yourself, including your medications, to like high level of care where she was getting, having someone else dress her and all that. She's still able to feed herself, but at the very end, I was helping her eat. But yeah. But I think we'll still take Bibi there to do some performances because they really enjoyed it, and I got to know while my mom was staying there. I got to know some of the other people, not just the staff, but the people that live there, the residents. Such nice people. It'd be kind of hard to do lately because of the coronavirus. They probably don't want any like exotic animals there, and that's how this whole thing started, right? You do Batbird? Yep. Ow, 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 ow. You are biting a little hard today. Yes, you are. Are you excited? Huh? But it'd be really nice at this time, because so many places are on lockdown, if they could make sure that the older people know how to Skype or do FaceTime with their loved ones, because I know they miss each other, and a lot of places aren't allowing any visitors, and they're not allowing the residents to go out, for their own safety. So it seems like a good time for like someone that's got some tech knowledge, to jump in and, hey, what you doing? I know, am I making you nervous? Yeah, you're eating the feed a lot. What's your name? There you go. What's a turkey? That's water. That's some good water. Can you do a turkey? What makes that a turkey? I'm very confused. Can you do a turkey?
Gobble, gobble.
There we go. Good job. How about a duck? Can you do a duck? Can you do a duck?
Quack, quack.
Yay! Very good. Okay, how about one more? What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Woo! Purple. Some days it's white. Did you know that? Is some day your favorite color is white? Yeah? Do you like blue? Or red? Do you like red and blue? Is that why you like purple? Because you couldn't make up your mind? Huh? You got a red butt. You want to fly? Good job, Bibi Bird. Can you step up? Oh, so sweet. Can you step up? That's a good step up. That's a good step up. Yeah. You ready? Ready? Woo! Good job, Bibi Bird.
Up there.
Did you look in your cup? Your orange cup? Bibi is learning the color orange. It's one we never taught her. Or she never learned. I'm not sure which. Hi there. Is your cup orange? Huh? Do you have an orange cup?
An almond.
Yeah, there's an almond in there. In your cup. I'm pretty sure.
Do you want to step up?
Oh no. Alright, Beebs. Guess you already got that one, huh? You want a berry in there?
Do you want to step up? Walk towards.
Walk the birdie. Alright, I'm gonna put it in your orange cup, okay? You ready? You watching? Orange cup. You gotta be full, don't you? Hmm? Doo-doo.
I want a berry.
Bibi Bird. You got backwards head, Bibi Bird. Oh, what a pretty tail. So pretty. Just when Gracie does that to her tail feathers, it just, she mangles them. Yeah, I think she's trying to do that. It just, I'm not sure her mommy ever taught her how to do that. Her parents might not have been around to teach her how to groom. Tickle my throat beads. I know. I was talking. Yeah, I was talking too much. Give myself a tickle.
You want berry? Want to step up?
What kind of berry? Oh. Hi there. You sure didn't wait, did you? Do you think there's berries over here? I think you're wrong. You know what's over here? This is over here. Boop. You want to get it? You want to play a song? You want some? You don't want it? Walk the bird. Hi. Are you done talking? Huh? I missed Comedy Bird. Remember how you said you were going to have comedy jobs? Hmm? You got to perform though. You got to perform for your comedy jobs. How you doing? You sweetie pie? Your butt is so pretty. You did some good work there. Yes, you did. Good grooming. You go up. Hi, you surprised me. Yeah. I wasn't trying to make you fly. I was just trying to like go up and down, 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 up and upside down. Woo! Good landing there, Beebs. Hello. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Alright. Alright, you ready? You ready? Woo! Good job. You got this strong core there, Beebs. It's a busy bird. Yes, you are. What a busy bird. What a busy bird. You do some swinging? You want to do some swinging? I swear you knew when I moved the camera. You stopped doing that. Come on, Beebs. Come on. You can do it. Come here, Beebs.
Bird.
You want to fly? Come on. Come on. There you go. Good job. That's fine. All right. I'm going to put a pea pod in there. I'm going to fight against pea pod. Alright, here we go. You got it? You got it? So you got a lot of energy this morning. The story with Gracie is, yeah, she's kind of a rescue. She's, her first home was not really good. Supposedly she was with a guy that, I don't know if he, went to jail or just was unable to take care of her anymore, but somehow she wound up like, she wound up with like the ASPCA, I think. And there's a lady that volunteers for the ASPCA that took her in, and she was practically bald from all her feather picking at that time. This nice lady took her in and rehabbed her, and then they found a new home for her, so it was kind of like a foster family. Hello. You gonna fly again? You're gonna do it, aren't you? Just don't fly into the camera, okay? Or anything else. Don't hurt yourself, okay? You can fly. It's okay. So after she was with this foster mother, then they found a home for her, and it was with a lady that lived in Illinois named Tammy. And Tammy took care of her for many, many years. And then Tammy got sick, and she was worried she wasn't going to be able to care for her anymore. And she was a Bibi fan, is a Bibi fan, and so we had just lost a gray that had been rehomed several times, named Pete. He was 41 years old when he had a stroke and died, and we were just devastated at losing him. We only had him for 11 months when he passed away, and we'd only started handling him, like with bare hands and everything, within, gosh, maybe 3 months, I think, before he died. I have to go back and check, but it didn't feel like very long, because everybody told us that he would bite and all this kind of stuff, and so I was a little scared to just try to pick him up, and he didn't seem to know how to be held because no one had tried. And once I tried, then he learned how to step up. But we missed Pete terribly when he passed away, and Tammy had been watching the broadcast, and she knew that we were grieving Pete, and so she was like, well, she thinks like I do that the best way to get over the death of a pet is to give your love to another pet that needs it, because it's symbiotic. You need them, they need you. And so we took in Tammy's bird while she was sick, and then she recovered, because it was like one of those illnesses where you're not sure if you're gonna make it or not, and she very easily could have been terminal, but she fought it really hard, and she recovered, and she's doing fine now. But she didn't want to put Gracie through another rehoming, so that was just so selfless of her to let us keep Gracie. So she still watches, and she came to visit when we were doing road trips with Bibi, because we couldn't take Gracie with us because Gracie's really, she gets a lot of anxiety when we travel. Just even going to the vet, if she has any tail feathers, she'll just bite them all off if you put her in the carrier. She's just that anxious. We had some kind of scare one time where we had to put the dogs and cats in the car and the birds in carriers. And I can't remember what that was. It was something at our house in West Frankfort, and we had to get them out of the house. I don't know if it was like there was some kind of like gas leak, or there was something going on. No, we didn't have the gas line there. I don't know what it was. It was something in the area where we had to get out of Dodge real quick, and she just did not handle that well at all. Gracie freaked out, and she's always had feather biting problems anyway. It kind of ebbs and flows. When we first got her, she would bite off her tail and stuff every now and then, but she would let it grow in full. What you got there? Boop. You got a dangler there, Beebs. There we go. Oh, now it's on your back. There you go. You drop that down. So when we first got her, she would only bite her tail, and now she's after the house fire and stuff, because she was in the house when we had our house fire, and she was the first one they rescued. Our neighbor kicked in the door and ran in and saved her. He just carried the whole cage out because he couldn't get her out of the cage, because she was very upset with these strangers trying to grab her. So he just closed the door and picked up the whole cage and carried it across the street to his house, because it was in the middle of winter, and wanted to make sure she was in a warm place. Yeah, and ever since then she's been feather biting as bad as ever. So she's feather picking. Her tail's starting to grow back in, but she's still feather picking her body, which is disturbing. We've taken her to a vet to make sure she doesn't have any physical problems, and it seems like it's all just emotional. And anytime she gets excited, if she's excited, like she knows she's going to get a nut, you have to give it to her immediately, because otherwise she'll start pulling feathers out, downy feathers and all kinds of feathers. The bigger ones she bites off, and then the small downies she just plucks them out, and she'll do it until she gets what she wants. And then she also does it when she's nervous. So we had some people coming and going yesterday in and out of the house. So I put her in her cage and covered it so that she could hear voices, but she wouldn't be able to see what was going on because I knew it would just cause her like a lot of anxiety to have a lot of change. She just hates change, and there's been way too much of it in Gracie's life. She was really happy when she was with Tammy for years. That she really enjoyed that. But Tammy had a daughter too that went away to college, and I think Gracie got upset about that when that happened. That was the only really big change I think that happened while she was there. And then with us, yeah, the house fires was basically the big one. Then having to move here. Hi, what you doing? Hmm? Are you warm? Hmm? Yeah, you feel a little warm to me. Can I squirt you? He's a little hot from flying so much. Are you panting a little bit? You have to use your spray bottle. Can I squirt you a little bit? Yeah. Did you overexert yourself? Yeah, we won't do the upside down birdie thing. Yeah. I think Bibi got a little overheated from well, the furnace vent is right down there too. You're getting blown on, aren't you? You're getting all the heat. It's good when you're cold, but not when you're hot. Hi. Does that feel good? Yeah. I don't know if you guys could see she was panting a little bit after she did grooming. It's probably because she was doing a lot of fighting with her toy and flying. Hi. Do I have the camera aimed too low? So I was spraying her feet a little bit to cool her down.
Hi, Beeps.
Hi there. You don't need to be flying anymore, Beebs. Do you want to play in your water? Do you want to play in your water? Yeah? I'm gonna get you some fresh water, okay? I'm gonna get you some cool water. You rinse it out. Hello. Birdie. Get you some fresh water. Do you want some fresh water? Come here. You guys step off. No, maybe you don't. I learned how to adapt to everything, Beebs. Bird on the hand. Yeah. Walk bird. Walk bird. You cooled off now? Yeah. Her feet were feeling really hot. That was a lot of flying you were doing, Beebs. Okay. Hello. Hello. You're gonna wear yourself out. You play in the water? You play in the water? You play in the water? That's right. Good job. Good job, Bibi Bird.
Hi, Beeps.
She is very energetic today.
Hi, Beeps. You want on?
Whoa, look at you.
Hello.
Hello. Boop, boop. Yeah. Did you throw all your water out yet? Oh, look, you still got some water to throw out. Yeah. Can you do the water? Where's the water sound? Can you do the water sound? That's so good. so good. Bibi likes cold water for some reason to bathe in. Yeah, so if I give her cold water, it kind of encourages her to get wet. Yeah. Did you need to get wet? Huh? Is it hard to fly when you're wet? Apparently not, huh? Boop, boop. One time we had a big snowstorm and Bibi was needing her prescription for her epilepsy refilled. And we live about 4 blocks from the pharmacy. And so rather than get in the car, we'll first dig the car out of all the snow and ice. I think it was, if I remember right, it was really icy too, but it was a lot of snow. I didn't want to have to dig the car out and then go driving. And everybody I saw that was trying to drive, they were just sliding all over the road. So I was just like, I'll just walk because it'd be a lot easier. And then I did see several people go off the road in their car while I was walking. But one of the weirdest things along the way, hi, how you doing? Was seeing little wild birds. I don't know if they're like sparrows or wrens or whatever, playing in puddles. And it was there's 8 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow on the ground. And these little birds were having a ball, just taking baths in these puddles. The slush, it wasn't even puddle water, it was like slush. Because it was so cold out. Hey, Beads. Hi. Yeah. You're so energetic today. Did I give you too much sugar? Huh? You had a grape? Pea pods or sugar pea pods? Yeah. Sugar snap peas? Yeah. Is there a lot of carbs in that? And then carrots you have a lot of carbs. Let's see. What else? Broccoli's not sugar. Let's see. Grapes. Oh, you had some almond butter. Yeah. You're just loaded with energy today. Yes, you are. Boop, boop. But I just couldn't believe those little birds were playing in puddles when it's so cold out. I was wrapped up in so many layers, hats and gloves, and I couldn't believe they were getting all wet on purpose. What is that with you birds liking the cold stuff, huh? You getting your kibbles all wet? Yeah. You cover your kibbles. Oh, dropped a berry or almond. Hi there. Whoa, that's big old wingspan. Yeah, I caught you. I caught you midair there, Beebs. Boop. What you doing? Huh? You gonna fly again? Huh? That's some water. Yeah. Look at you. Cover some of our electronics. Alright, Beebs. Yeah, you are a Beebs. You are just wound up today.
Hello.
Hello. Hi there. So I wanted to, while we're on air, show off some of the artwork of one of our friends, Lorene Hunt, who's in, she's in Boston, and Bibi went on a road trip to go see her. Can you stay put for a second? You can't? She makes these wonderful, fiberglass cutting boards, and a lot of them are bird themed. She also has ones that are dogs and cats. I think she kind of focuses on birds now. You can stay over there for a bit. This is one she did for my mom. It's 2 cardinals. And in Boston, a lot of times the female cardinals, they're a little more orange than red. And of course, they're duller than the males. So she had a female and a male cardinal there on what looks like a cherry blossom tree. And it's really beautiful. And then she made this one for us, and this is actually a Bibi. So this is, yeah. This was designed after Bibi, and she also sent us a big Lazy Susan. It's wooden and it's painted, and oh gosh, it's really big. It's like maybe 2 feet diameter, something like that. It's either like a foot and a half or 2 feet. Probably a foot and a half. But yeah, it's gorgeous, and same design. It's like a purple background. I hope there's not a glare with the Bibi bird. And this was from a picture that we'd taken years ago. She used to have a yellow cement perch that she would stand on, and she wound up chewing a lot of it until she got down to the metal where it clasped onto the cage, and we had to take it away from her because we were afraid she was going to get some like metal poisoning or something. We were always looking for something that might be causing her seizures, so we'd take things away from her and change her diet and stuff to make sure that wasn't what was causing it. But we just love this. And Lorene hides little hearts inside of all of her art pieces. So for Bibi Bird, there's kind of a heart here on her tail. That's really sweet. And on this one, it's really obvious. This one's not hidden. It's real big and right in the forefront. I just thought those were really neat, and some of you guys might like them. They have little rubber feet on the bottom so they don't slip on the countertop. And we chop Bibi's veggies on top of her little, we call it a Lazy Bibi, is a design, and that was mainly because the first thing she made with it was a Lazy Susan. So, but these cutting boards are really handy, and they wash off real nice. I just really think they're cool. My mom had one, and I had one also. You like the cutting board, Beebs? Yeah? Good for chopping broccoli? You chop a broccoli? Yeah? Alright. There's the bird. Oh, her beak does make a heart. Yeah, it sure does. I was looking for a red heart. That's why I was looking at her tail. Yeah, the black of her beak. Good eye. Her hiding hearts in her artwork kind of reminded me of Al Hirschfeld. I was an art major in college, and Al Hirschfeld was like one of my favorites. He did a lot of celebrity sketches, caricatures, and he would hide Nina, the name Nina, which was his daughter's name, in all of his stuff, like written out Nina. And some of them, it's pretty obvious, and sometimes he did it many times within the same piece. You go fly?
Do you want berry?
Did you ask if I wanted the Bibi? Because that's what I got. I didn't get a berry. I got a bird. Yeah, I got a bird. Yes, I did. I got a bird. Can we hang from here? You want to do that? You don't want to do that? What do we do this? Oh, we do this, huh? Was that fun? You did that earlier? Are we safe? Oh, are we safe? Do you need help? Yeah, you're probably getting tired, aren't you? That's a lot of flying.
You're a dog.
And what happened here? I'm kind of crooked. Boop, boop. You press the button? Yeah. You get it? Did you get it? And let me see if Lorene's got her website up and going. Yeah, she sure does. Lorene's doing better with her websites than I am, that's for sure. Yes, she is very artsy. Lorene's a lot of fun. We stayed with her in Boston for several days, longer than we expected.
Hello?
Ooh, Bibi the Bird. Are you done talking for the day? The sound she's making kind of sounds like a little rattle. They call that rasping or beak grinding. On the underside of their upper beak, they have some grooves, and it looks like a rasp, like, you know, the tool that's used for grinding things. And what Bibi does is she rubs her bottom part of her beak, which is called the mandible. She rubs that against the underside of the top beak, and it makes that little rasping sound. And it's very similar to when a cat purrs. It's just a self-soothing thing. When people do it, we tend to hum. We hum to ourselves. My mother did that quite a bit. She did it more in her later years, so she'd hum a lot. And some people would be like, "Is she in pain?" It's like, no, this is just what she does, and she hums. And monks will do it a lot too when they're meditating. They do a and it's just the vibrations that resonate inside our bodies. It's just a natural thing that, you know, humans and other creatures do. I'm not sure if dogs really have an equivalent. I never really thought about it before, but cats definitely do with the purring. Are you rasping, Bee? That's so pretty. Yep, baby pack rat. If you're able to hold your cockatiel and especially hold it upside down and look on the inside of her upper beak, that you should be able to see the little rasp marks. Yeah, I just love bird anatomy. It's so much different than anything else. They just have so many unique little things. Like even their feet, you know, you think about it, that people have, you know, 5 fingers and 5 toes, and so do dogs and cats. I mean, some have extra toes. There's those weird cats that have, like, you know, a whole bunch of extra toes. And I guess there's, you know, like genetically there's some families that have fewer or more fingers, just genetically. But for the most part we have 5 fingers and 5 toes. But birds and reptiles just have 4. They don't have any discernible thumb. And I guess dinosaurs too, because birds are descended from dinosaurs, and then reptiles are descended from birds. Some people think it goes the other way, that because dinosaurs look, or our pictures of dinosaurs look more like reptiles than they look like birds. But as they study them more, they're finding that they're probably more bird-like than reptilian. They had feathers instead of scales. And although they didn't fly, they were on the ground, they still had a lot of bird traits. But they had teeth though, didn't they, Beebs? It was like beaks with teeth. You had like a double whammy there. But even their feet are unique, even with 4 toes. That sometimes, like on the wild birds, some smaller birds, they have toes that are like 3 facing the front and 1 in the back. And they'll have like a short toe, a long toe, and a short toe in the front, and then the back toe will be kind of long. And then, but Bibi's type of bird, her type of feet, she's got 2 up front and 2 in the back, and 1 in the front is short, and the other one's long, and then the ones in the back are the same way. There's 1 long and 1 short. And I never really noticed that they're both, the short ones are on the inside. I should probably know that, right? Yep. The short toes are on the inside and the longer toes are on the outside. Is that for balance, Beebs? Yeah? Do you use your little short toes to pinch your food? Yeah? Is it good for holding your food? Yep. You're not telling? That's some good beak grinding you're doing. It's so pretty. Oh, Barbara, you're trying to build your own PVC bird stand. That's awesome. Greg and I have been toying with the idea of making those and reselling them, like, or selling them, I guess, not reselling, but taking some designs that are online and buying the supplies. You can even get PVC that's dyed different colors, and it's actually baked into the pipe itself, and it's completely bird safe. Anything that's like safe for carrying like drinking water for people would be bird safe. That you'd know that the colors aren't going to leach out into the water or anything. Yeah, I think Bibi wore herself out. She was really active this morning. It was another reason why I wanted to put her online, was because she was being funny. She was talking. Yeah. She started talking a little bit before 9. And then she started flying. And now you're just sleepy, aren't you, Beebs? That's okay. So I think, you want what? You want berry?
An almond berry.
An almond berry. Yeah, I was just thinking of signing off and then you start waking up again. Is your kibble all soggy? Oh, it is. Normally that would make a big crunch sound, what she just did. Oh, you got soggy kibble, don't you? Is it good that way? Well, let us know how it goes with building the PVC perches. That sounds awesome. Let me check Lois. I might have her email. I haven't written to her a long time. A lot of times we just go through Facebook to talk to each other. It looks like I do have it. Yeah, Bibi started dunking her perches, her pellets recently. Okay, I'm gonna put her email address on here, but I'm gonna delete it after you get it, Lois. Jeff is very handy. He definitely is. He does a lot of stuff for Einstein. Jeff is, he's done a lot of stuff with like this plexiglass type stuff. We didn't get this from Jeff, but I'm sure he could build it. Jeff's an engineer. He works for an aeronautics company. He's just brilliant. This is Einstein's dad, of Jeff and Marcia fame. He built a stand in Einstein's, or a perch for Einstein to use in the shower that Einstein started going like after the thing that was connecting. It might have been like a suction cup or something that was connecting it to the shower, and they were afraid that when he's picking at the suction cup that he'd bring the whole thing down, on top of himself and maybe hurt himself. And he likes to be up high, so that was also a danger. So Jeff took some of this this plexiglass, clear plastic, and built like a box around the suction cup, and it was like the coolest thing. And he just knows how to do that kind of stuff. He just thinks of it. He's like, oh, that's the way I could protect it. And I'm sure he could, probably make a mint off of building these too. I don't remember where I got this, but when Gracie started biting, like she just was having, she still does, has some behavioral problems, and when you first go to step her up, she would sometimes step up and sometimes bite you, and you could never really tell which. At first I had some signs of which foot she was offering. If she offered her left foot, I think I was safe, but if she offered her right foot, then she was going to bite me. It was kind of like just suckering me in to get my hand close to her, and then she bit so hard. I have scars all over my wrists and hands from trying to handle her, and finally I just, I'd be in tears because it's not from the pain, but just like heartbreak. I want to be able to handle my bird. So I went online and found this. It's called a buddy perch, and it's just 2 hunks of wood and a screw in the middle, and then some plexiglass. And so it protects your hand. The bird steps up onto here, and she's kind of learned a little bit when she's in a really bad mood how to reach around the plexiglass and try to get me. But she kind of has to fall off the perch in her attempt to get me. So I try to avoid that at all costs. Hi, you. She never goes back this way, which that seems like an easier way to get me, but she hasn't figured that out, I guess. And but anyway, she has been able to bite me around here before, but she's not without falling off the perch altogether. So she doesn't like to do that because she hates being on the ground. She hates falling. So this has been a lifesaver for me, but it was like $30, I think, which seems a little pricey but I'm not gonna complain whatsoever because it's been worth hundreds of dollars to me with all I've been able to handle Gracie again. Once I get her up on this thing, then I can offer her my arm. I don't offer my hands anymore, but I offer her my arm, and I usually wear a sleeve so she's not tempted to bite me, and if she did, it would be not as bad because it's going through fabric. But this is a buddy perch, so if anybody has trouble with handling a larger parrot, smaller ones, you can, if they bite you, it's not really going to do all that much damage to you unless you have really fragile skin. But I have pretty tough skin, and she's still able to really take chunks out of me. So this has been worth every penny. Yep. And so now what I do, I step her up and I offer her my arm, and then I can head pet her, and I can't really pet her all over or anything. I have to be really careful with making sure that she's feeling safe and that she's up for being petted, you know, otherwise she'll go after me. But she's a very moody bird, and I understand she's had a lot of really crappy stuff happen in her life. So we just have to be patient with them. Yeah, it's not her problem, it's our problem, isn't it? She's a good bird. She's so sweet. Yeah, you're sweet too. Gracie is so sweet. When I give her treats, a lot of times she'll go, "Woo," and it just sounds like a little thank you. Is Gracie sweet? And Gracie's very smart too. She knows her colors. She knows her colors very well, doesn't she, Beeb? She kind of shows you up on that. You walk the bird? Yeah. Bibi gets mad when I talk about Gracie doing her colors. Yeah. You got a grudge against that, Beebs? Yeah, your sister is smart. She is. No reason to be jealous. You can be smart too. Boop, boop.
You want to step?
I do. You want to do it again?
Walk the bird.
Yeah. I think we're going to sign off. I got a lot of stuff to do. And I'm sure you guys do too. And at 2 o'clock Central Time, which is, what, an hour and a half? 2.5 hours? An hour and a half from now. I don't know. I can't do math. Why is my brain not working? Okay, it's 11:30. Yeah, 2.5 hours from now. Einstein will be on. Whoops. Whoops. Did I bump it? Yeah, I bumped your perch. Did you go upside down? Good save, Bibi the Bird. Ooh, good job. Alright, so we're going to sign off. Can you say bye-bye? I'm sorry I've been babbling so much. Hi. When Bibi's not talking? Yeah. The silence? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye? You were so calm just a little while ago. Yeah. Beak grinding and all. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Bibi. Can you say bye-bye? Are you going to do it? No? Okay.